Hi there, Scorpio, and all of you people born under the triplicate sign of the grey lizard, scorpion, and eagle, whichever sub-tribe you belong to. This horoscope reading is for you for the month of April 2022. I'm Dodici. Thanks for joining me. I'm going to get this wheel in motion here and talk to you about the new moon on the 1st of April to kick things off. It's an important one because it tells me that you should not be afraid to try new things. If you've exhausted your karma in a certain line of work, in a relationship with somebody, and that's also shown not just by the new moon here in your 6th house of work, but by this conjunction of Venus and Saturn in your 4th house. That can usually show a cooling off of love, or a situation where you thought you'd lost someone romantically, but then you will find as the first few days of this month take off that maybe you were incorrect in your judgment of that. In any case, as far as your work is concerned, it's a great idea now to try new things. The 6th house here shows us with Mercury an investigative mindset. Mercury rules your 8th house. On the 7th, Mercury and the moon are in an aspect while moon is transiting Mercury's sign. And so there's an opportunity for you to pursue a dream, pursue something that you've discovered. If you haven't yet done that, it's a great time to research that. And your creative instincts are getting stronger this month. And the reason I say that is because you've had this reasonably long-standing Jupiter transit in the 5th house here of Pisces with Neptune, the idealistic planet. And then thereabouts on the 8th, 9th, you have, or is it a bit earlier? Anyhow, you see Venus moving here into this 5th house. Venus has a double purpose here in this 5th house for you. Firstly, because it rules love as a principle of astrology, but it also, in your case, rules the 7th house, Taurus. Therefore, the marital planet, Venus, transiting through the love affairs planet, is a very strong indicator of love, or the opportunity to meet soulmates or people that you really click with at this time. Communication in those areas is strong as well when we see Mercury transiting here as it does. And by the 20th, I'm going to jump ahead here, you're going to see the transit of the sun just edging its way here from this 6th house where we saw the work new moon phase shifting to this 7th house, where you will then have 4 planets, North Node, Uranus, Mercury and the Sun. Watch out for it. That'll happen on the 20th. So a lot of dynamic energy there in 2 of the love areas of your horoscope. Isn't this great? Don't you love it? I mean, Scorpio loves love. So the 7th house, which is the longer term committed relationships. And look, Mars moves here on the 16th. The day before the full moon here on the 17th. Let me just go back there a little bit. I'm going to have to go back there a bit. I can't leave out the full moon, can I? But look at Mars along with Venus, Neptune, Jupiter in this 5th house. So there's the full moon on the 17th in your 12th house. That's also an amorous area of the horoscope. A lot of people aren't quite aware of that. 12th house is the house, what's called Sukhasthana in Vedic astrology, the house of bed pleasures. And what we see there, therefore, is on that date, 17th of April, full moon, the planets here in the 7th house of relationship and 4 planets, your ruler Mars moving to the 5th house. So there's a good chance that you're going to be finding love or reviving love or rediscovering it when you thought you'd lost it. So all in all, this is a great month for stepping up your relationships. Now, the other thing about this, Scorpio, is that this 5th house ties in with what I said at the outset of the reading, trying new things. Because this 5th house is generally going to generate a lot of creative power when even one planet activates that zone. Right now, 4 planets towards the end of the month is really going to generate that energy that gives you the passion you're looking for in your relationships, but in some chosen vocation, some chosen hobby, There's the transit of the Sun that I was mentioning on 20th of April there in the 7th house. These 4 planets here, by the way, are in a favourable aspect here. Not exact in degree, but you'll see that what we call a sextile aspect. Water sign and earth sign. The water and earth signs work very, very well together. They complement each other. So this is an excellent last few days of the month where you discover love, where you rediscover your creativity, and generally your output will be quite good. You have a good rapport with other people because this 7th house is not just your one-on-one personal relationships, it's to do with the world at large, and it has to do with your business and profession because the Sun in your case rules this 10th house, which is the sign of Leo. What a beautiful chart. Also the 11th house of profits is ruled by Mercury, so you've got these 2 planets playing out with this progressive and really an amazing Uranus here, angular. So you're really seeking things that are very, very different right now. You won't be tied down, at least this month. You need that independence to allow you to spread your wings and fly. And I think that's what's going to happen to you this month. It's a great month, great new moon in the 6th house. Try new things, see where that creative impulse takes you. Go on over to astrology.com.au. As I always mention, we've got lots more stuff there for you in the psychic world. Apart from this Oracle Express, as I call it, you can get a more detailed analysis of your horoscope. A lot of free stuff there at my site. You can drop me a line if you want more insightful readings based upon your personal data. That requires an appointment, but subscriptions don't cost anything, so don't forget to do that as well. And I'll see you next month. Bye, Scorpio.